Hey, cousins. Okay, we're going to do a get ready with me. Hopefully, I can make this quick. This get ready is not necessarily about the makeup, but about what God shared with me in my time with Him today. And I just want to share it. I feel like it will set some people's thought process and thinking free because it did mine. And so I just wanted to come in and share it. Now, I was going to go live, but I'm not about that life yet. Okay, look at that fingernail. See, on live, they'll talk about that fingernail. I don't care if y'all rewatch it and talk amongst yourselves about the fingernail, but on live, I don't want to read that while I'm trying to talk to you, okay? So I wasn't ready for that life. So there are many of you that are following me don't know anything about me, and I'll just quickly say my name is Michelle Hicks, Ava-Michelle. Hey y'all, hey. And I am a mother of 3, a grandmother of 2, married, and I was in corporate for many years, and God spoke to me and told me to quit in 2020. Okay, I don't recommend that for anybody unless God tell you to, because if He tells you to, He's going to keep you through it. But I started my own cosmetic line, Yellow Rose Cosmetics, and then He continued to morph it over and over, meaning pushing me out of my comfort zone to see if I'll be obedient, right? And so now I'm an esthetician and a makeup artist, and I have done makeup for many, and lately God has shifted me into doing makeup for TV pilots and for episodes and for movies. I have one coming up next month. Yay! And for the record, I have the beauty filter on. I ain't trying to get that comfortable with y'all just yet. Okay, so y'all finna look. This is finna look like some pure beauty skin, honey, from me being the age of 22. Come for your mama, not me. Anyway, it is about the message. And I just wanted to share with you guys what God shared with me today when I was in Bible study. And I was doing my journaling. And I said I wanted to be more intentional this year about my relationship with God. Although I know I have a relationship with Him, and I know He is the head of my life, I also know that there are some things that I could have done better. And so, meaning like more time with Him, more time in my Bible. Even though I'm in it, I know personally for my walk, more time was needed. And I fell short in that. And I know that I was depending on man to make me happy, whether it be my children, whether it be my husband. But, men are going to let you down every single time because they're men. They're not God. And so God was talking to me about being more intentional in our relationship, that there are 2 things that I need to focus on in this relationship, and that is Him and that is me. So I need to put Him first and then me second. Okay, and that, as crazy as that may sound or selfish as that may sound, it is important, because the 2 commandments, the first one is love God with all your heart, and the second one is love thy neighbor as you love yourself. Well, the key thing in that is you have to love yourself. If you don't know how to love yourself, you can't love your neighbor. So God said, listen to me, do everything I say. So my intentionality is to keep my ears open and follow the instruction of God, and just be in relationship with Him. Just like how I'm talking to y'all, I talk to Him anyway, but I'm going to talk to Him without doubt, right? And so I'm just saying, I'm going to take more chances this year. And the doubt I mean is like, you heard Jesus say it, you heard God say it, you move, you pray or whatever, and you're like, is it me? Is it my desire? Is it the enemy? There's that doubt there. And so I was telling God, I'm not doing that this year. When you say go, go. When you say move, move. I'm not questioning it. And I know if it's in your will, it is going to come to pass. It is in your will. And so while I'm writing all this, I'm writing my declarations to Him that I'm doing more study. I'm hearing you more, and I'm moving in your will. And He sent me to Matthew 14, been beheaded, right? And the people, even though Jesus was going to a desolate place, the people follow Him. Okay, and so then He came back to speak to the people. It was about 5,000 of them. You know the story. It was 5,000 of them. He spoke to them all day. He prayed. He healed. And then He told, the disciples told Him, it's getting late. So, and I'm paraphrasing, but it's getting late. So let the people go so they could get something to eat. And so Jesus said they don't have to go home. You feed them. You feed them. And they like, we feed them. You know, there was the little boy with the 5 loaves of bread, the 2 fish. They were like, I got 5 loaves of bread, 2 fish. And he was like, you feed them. He said, bring it to me. Jesus asked them to bring the 5 loaves and the 2 fish to him. He said a blessing. That was key. He said a blessing. Him saying that blessing, he was doing it in faith, in belief. He knew who his father was, and he knew that he was speaking to those people because of the will of God. And because of the will of God, anything that he asked and prayed to him regarding that matter was going to come to pass. So those 2 fish and 5 loaves of bread fed 5,000 people and had leftovers. God was saying, if I have called you to do it, I am going to equip you. Come on, somebody. I'm just saying, he wasn't praying like, oh my gosh, please bless us with some food. He already knew he was called. He was called. And then it went to the walking on water, right? Because that was the next thing. God had sent them on the boat. Go ahead, I'll catch up with you. I'm gonna go talk to my father. And he was talking to our father for a very long time, and the boat was further out. So he started to walk on the water, and it scared the disciples. Now, mind you, on the boat, if you don't remember the story or know the story, the wind is going, the waves are crashing. They in that boat like this. Okay? And then they see Jesus walking on this water, and they get scared. So, you know, Jesus say, don't be scared. It's me. Don't be afraid. He says, take heart. It is I. Don't be afraid. And Peter, gangster Peter, he say, if that's you, Jesus, bid me to come. Jesus just say, come. Peter start walking on water. Start walking on water. Here's the message. When he started walking on water, he had his eyes on Jesus. But in that moment, when he looked at the wind and he looked at the waves, he started worrying about the distractions around him and forgot what was told to him by Jesus. He forgot the word he heard. And when he forgot the word he heard, he began to sink. And even when he began to sink, he screamed out, Lord, help me. And Jesus came and grabbed him. And he said, you of little faith, why did you doubt? My God is telling me and those not to doubt him in this next season. To trust and believe in everything that he has told you. Because if he has told you, it is in his will. And if it is in his will, it will come to pass. Listen, my plans is not to be drowning like Peter, but trusting and keeping my eyes on Jesus right here, centered you, regardless of what's going on. It's me and you, Lord. Intentionality in my time with you, so I may be able to hear you and move in belief. So when I call on you and I say, Lord, bless this food, make it more, I know you're going to do it. Even if it doesn't look like it can happen, because I know that I'm listening to you and every movement that I make is in the will of you. I know I've been talking long. I ain't gonna keep you. And again, this really wasn't about the makeup. That's why the beauty filter on, baby. You can still see it though. You can still see it. But this is about the message. At the end of the day, put God first and let him guide you in your relationships. God and you. Get yourself together. Let God guide you in those relationships. Guide you in those business decisions. Some people's feelings gonna probably get hurt, but that's not your problem. That's theirs. That's projection. That's something internal they have to deal with. If you are being humble and you are moving in love and you are moving because God say do it, I ain't worried about man. I'm worried about God, because at the end of the day, at judgment, he ain't talking to me about you. He talking to me about me. Okay. But at the end of the day, the only way you're going to hear him is if you get in your spare time with him and spend time in the word, because the word is alive. He will speak to you through the word like he did today. So 2024, I know you're setting goals and all this stuff, but let the first priority be your relationship with God. Talking to him, letting him guide you again in that relationship with whoever it is, your career, your business, because if it is his will, it will be done, and he's going to give you more than what you need to get it done. And he's going to give you the strength to go through the trials and tribulations that you will go through. I know they like to give you them little great messages, but baby, you're going to go through some stuff. Okay, remember Job. But you'll get through it as long as you know who your Father is and you can hear him. I know this has been a long-winded message. There's going to be a line of demarcation here. I understand that, but tonight we are wearing a hat. Look, see if you can get the look, okay? Finish look, finish picture, but at the end of the day, I love you. It is a long message. This is for whoever needs to hear it, and God will get it to whoever needs to hear it. But I just felt like I wanted to share that with you. In 2025, don't doubt. Don't let him say to you, ye of little doubt, you of little doubt. Why did you doubt? You of little faith, my bad. Why did you doubt me? Don't let that be the words to him. Please. And even when you feel like it's a distraction going on and you don't know if it's God, and you fear, like when they saw Jesus walking on the water, just say, Lord, if it is you, tell me to come. You'll hear him. You'll hear him. Happy New Year. I will see y'all in 2025 for whatever God has me doing. Peace, cousin.